Hello grade 4, hope you're doing well. Today we will learn how to divide by one-digit numbers. Let's review the division vocabulary. A division is an operation that finds how many things are divided equally into groups. The dividend is the number that will be divided. The divisor is the number that does the dividing. And the quotient is the answer to a division equation. First question in our lesson, how can you use multiples to estimate quotients? Let's start with this problem. The bakery made 115 muffins. They will be packed in boxes with 9 muffins in each box. About how many boxes will there be? You can find the estimate by dividing 115 by 9. You know the inverse operation of division is multiplication, so you can use multiplication to estimate the quotient. 9 is the divisor, so we will use multiples of 9 to estimate the quotient. A table can help you list the multiples of 9 to find a product that is 115 or greater. You'll multiply each counting number by 9 to find the multiple. After 11, how can you find the next missing multiple in the table? You can just add 9 or you can multiply 12 times 9. It's 108. 108 is still less than 115, so multiply 13 by 9. It's 117. 117 is greater than 115. Since 115 is between the multiples of 12 times 9 and 13 times 9, you know that 115 divided by 9 is between 12 and 13. 115 is closest to 117, so 115 divided by 9 is about 13, so there will be about 13 boxes. How can you use models to divide whole numbers that do not divide evenly? We can use models to divide whole numbers that do not divide evenly. The dividend is how many in all. In the first example, we have 6 counters in all because 6 is the dividend. In the second example, we have 7 counters in all because 7 is the dividend. The divisor is how many groups. In both examples, we have 2 as a divisor, so we have 2 groups. The quotient is how many in each group. Here we have 3 in each group, so the answer, the quotient, is 3. The leftover amount is called the remainder. In the first example, 6 divided by 2 divides evenly. We have 6 counters. We can put them into 2 groups evenly. Each group has 3 counters with no leftover. In the second example, we have 7 divided by 2. It does not divide evenly. When we try to put 7 counters into 2 equal groups, we end up with 1 leftover. The leftover amount is called the remainder. 1 counter can't be divided equally into 2 groups. We use the letter R for remainder. So 7 divided by 2 is equal to 3 remainder 1. We can write 3, the letter R, then 1. Careful! The remainder is always less than the divisor. Tala is making necklaces. She has 65 beads and puts 6 beads in each necklace. How many necklaces can she make? Are there any leftover beads? To solve this problem, you have to divide 65 by 6. Let's use a model to help us divide. 6 is the divisor. So 6 circles are needed to represent 6 groups. 35 counters are needed to represent the dividend. Let's distribute the 35 counters into the 6 groups evenly. We have 5 counters in each group, so 5 is the quotient, and 5 counters are left over. So we have 5 counters that can't be shared equally into the 6 groups. So what is 35 divided by 6? 65 divided by 6 is 5 remainder 5. Tala can make 5 necklaces and 5 beads are left over. We will watch a short video that shows how can you model a division using base 10 blocks.
I can use base 10 blocks to show division. I have 164 divided equally among 1, 2, 3 groups. Now with division, I'm first going to ask myself, can I break this 100 into 3 equal groups? It's really hard to break that 100. So I'm going to regroup. 100 is the same as 10 tens. Now I will equally distribute my tens. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, and 5, 5, 5. Now I can't equally distribute this 10, so I'm going to regroup this 10 for 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to equally distribute my ones among the groups. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, and I have 2 remaining. So when I have 164 and I divide that equally among 3 groups, my answer is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 54 with a remainder of 2.
How can you record the steps of a division? Meet the division family. This family will help you remember all the steps of the division. Each member of this family represents a step. Dad, divide. Mom, multiply. Sister, subtract. Brother, bring down. Rover, repeat or remainder. And when you're done, you can get the help of Chai to check. Step 1 is to divide. We start dividing the tens. 5 tens divided by 4 is 1. Then we multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. Then we subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. Then we bring down the second digit. Then we repeat the same steps all over again. We repeat until we are done with all the dividends digits. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Now we multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. Then we subtract. 16 minus 16, it's 0. Now we don't have any more digits to bring down. We have no remainders. We can check our answer. The quotient is 14. Now we can check our answer. How we can check our answer? We can multiply the quotient by the divisor. The product should be the dividend. 4 times 14 is equal to 56. You can always check your answers by multiplying the quotient by the divisor. The product should be the dividend. Let's solve 164 divided by 3. It's the same example you've seen in the video, but I will explain how do you record the steps of this division. First, we have to divide. We start with the hundreds, but 100 can't be shared equally among 3 groups, so we have to regroup the 100 with the 6 tens. So now you have 16 tens. You skip the hundreds place in the quotient and you start recording in the tens place. Now divide 16 divided by 3 is 5. Multiply 3 times 5 is 15. Subtract 16 minus 15, it's 1. Then bring down the 4 and repeat the same steps. Divide 14 divided by 3 is 4. Multiply 3 times 4 is 12. Subtract 14 minus 12 is 2. You don't have any more digits to bring down. The remainder is 2. To check your answer, you can multiply the quotient and the divisor and add the remainder. So it's 3 times 54, 162 plus 2, the remainder, is equal to 164. So what is 164 divided by 3? It's 54, remainder 2. The quotient is 54 and the remainder is 2. Let's try one more example. 614 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. Bring down the 1. Then repeat. 1 divided by 2 can't be done because 1 can't be shared equally among 2 groups. So we record a 0 in the quotient and we continue repeating the same steps. We multiply. 2 times 0 is 0. We subtract. 1 minus 0 is 1. Then bring down the 4. Now we have 14. You can think as you've regrouped 1 10 with 4 ones, and now you have 14 ones. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 14 minus 14 is 0. Do you have a remainder? No, the remainder is 0. The quotient is 307. Let's check our answer. 2 times 307 is equal to 614, so our answer is correct. Let's use the strategy draw a diagram to solve this multi-step problem. There are 8 dinner rolls in a package. How many packages are needed to feed 40 people if each person has 3 dinner rolls? First, to solve this problem, what do you need to find? How many packages of rolls are needed? What information do we need to use? There are 40 people. Each person should get 3 dinner rolls. There are 8 dinner rolls in a package. Now that you know what you're looking for, let's make a plan to solve this problem. How will we use the information? Let's make a bar model for each step. First, we'll multiply to find how many dinner rolls are needed. Then, we'll divide to find how many packages of dinner rolls are needed. Now we're ready to solve the problem. First, we're going to use a bar model to help us find the total number of dinner rolls. Each person will get 3 rolls. There are 40 people who will each get 3 rolls. So multiply to find the total. What is the product of 40 times 3? It's 120. so we need 120 rolls. Now we'll use a bar model to find how many packages are needed. There are 8 rolls in each package. We need 120 rolls, so divide to find the number of packages needed. What is the quotient? The quotient is 15, so we need 15 packages of dinner rolls. I hope you enjoyed our lesson and you understood it really well. Bye!